friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss the Royal Enfield 838 Bobber, okay, which Royal Enfield showcased it around 2 to 3 years back in an auto show. Okay, the concept was called as Royal Enfield KX 838, which was a V-twin Bobber. Okay, so now let's look at it and let's analyze like how did they get this idea and what their approach is. Okay, so as you can see, first of all, the engine is a V-twin. Okay, now you can see it's similar to J series. I'm thinking at that time, they had this 411 engine of the Himalayan, the Scram. So the cylinder head looks identical because you see, the V-twin is a specialty of US. Okay, it's not the specialty of the British motorcycles. Okay, so see, British motorcycles have a parallel twin engine, and also like the Italians have the Traverse V twin engine. Like the Moto Guzzi, in the front you will have two cylinders like this V, and also there is one more type, which is the Boxer V twin, which BMW has in their motorcycles. So this is not a British thing, it is just an American design. Okay, now if you can see the front suspension. Okay, so the front suspension, let's say the front suspension looks like a little bit different. It's not a traditional telescopic or USD for kind of a suspension. Now what is interesting here is that I have seen this in the combat motorcycles. Okay, so here you see, this is the combat motorcycle, one of their models which MS Dhoni owns. Okay, now you see the front portion. So this is inspired. Now again, this is also an American brand, very premium brand, very niche brand. Only few people buy it because it's very costly. Now you see the front of the design has been inspired, of the 838 Bobber has been inspired from similar to this kind of motorcycles. I don't know where is the spring and the damping happens in here. It's a bit complicated, so I will not go deep into that. Okay, now the next one I wanted to show is the engine. Okay, now how can Royal Enfield develop a V-twin engine? So either they can develop on their own, or they can outsource this from SNS. Now here you see again, the Keanu Reeves has his own brand of motorcycles called the Arch motorcycles, which is again an American motorcycle. Now they use big V-twins, okay, like this one. Okay, now they don't make on their own, they take from SNS, who is a supplier for the V-twin engines. If anybody wants a big V-twin, they can go to them and ask for them. So I think Royal Enfield will either take their help, or they may develop it on their own also. But I think it will be better, if they import it, or they have a collaboration with SNS. So somewhere on that lines, I think they were thinking, and that's how they came up with V-twin. Now from where do they get their inspiration from? Okay, now you see, I was checking because I know that Indian motorcycles have a very good model called as the Scout. You might be knowing, you might have seen in some of the movies also. Now if you see the old Scout, right, traditional retro Scout which used to come in the 1940s, the tank design is very similar. If you see the tank design of this motorcycle, it is inspired from them. In fact, I would say the whole motorcycle is inspired by the Indian Scout. Why I'm saying is because you've seen the Indian Scout, right? The stature or the height is very low. Okay, the seat is single. Okay, just like a bobber should have and this is not a bobber and bobber like Shumi says. Okay, the rear mudguard is actually very bolted to, it's actually bolted to the chassis. Okay, and the exhaust pipes, right, they are a typical American V-twin cruiser side of exhaust pipes also. Right now, why Royal Enfield wanted to go 2-3 years back on this one is because it's a completely new segment. Now what they have done right now is they went ahead with their 650cc bobberish motorcycle, that is the shotgun, which I am planning to buy. But yeah, this one is truly unique. It looks very upmarket, very simple, very retro. Okay, and a very it is very pleasing to the eyes, as Royal Enfields are always are. Now the other thing that I wanted to say about is that the price. Okay, now Royal Enfield, I think they mentioned that it will be around 8 lakhs maybe. Okay, which is a very good value again. Okay, Okay, if they manage to have this design, and if they manage to keep it as the 8 lakh rupees showroom price, then I think they will have a winner, because the similar motorcycles from Indian and Harley, they have a very huge cc, like the 1200 to 1800 cc, and they are priced about 10 lakhs. So below the segment there is no competition. There might be some Chinese motorcycles playing around in that segment, but I'm not sure that they are very significant. Now you see the light here, right? Light is also very good. It's like a Harley. You have a machined alloy wheels, okay, and of course their partners are by Brembo, okay. So overall the design, if you ask me, it's very pleasing to the eye. It's something unique, you know. The LED field, now the LED headlights we have already seen, okay. So that is not something, you know, which is a surprise, but the tank design and the decal like this, right? I like it too much. So comment me and let me know, comment on my box. Oh yes, there is one more thing. If you see the rear swing arm, right, I think it's a single sided swing arm. You can see the wheel. Let me show you the wheel. Okay, the wheel is attached at one end, just like the Italian motorcycles, okay. So if you see, there is a single sided swing arm. There is no swing arm on the other side. There is no bolt, so it is bolted only on the one side. There itself is the chain, there itself is the disc brake. So yeah, so that is what my initial impression is. So if we have this under 8 lakhs or to 10 lakhs also, I think it's a winner, okay, as compared to having an Arch or an Indian motorcycle, okay, Scout. Thank you so much. Let me know if you need any more information on this.